The summer goes on and on and on.
For a
this
while.
time of year, we're all just like, when
We're
is that
ready
first
for
cold
fall.
front?
Yeah.
And it'll be here by mid-October. Usually that's the time
Okay.
they move through,
Not
right
too
around
bad.
October 15th. Climatologically speaking, that's when we start to see a little bit of a change, and I can't wait.
I know.
I was out working the last couple of days outdoors, and it is a warm one, to say the
Yeah.
least. Very humid out there due to the
Very
west wind.
humid.
And we've had a few morning showers. Get a look at this shot right here. This one sent in by Karen Terry of the Siesta Sunrise, and this was in the morning. So you can see those storms off in the distance. They're isolated. We'll see more of the same. By the way, Karen, a huge fan of ABC 7 News, and I got the chance to meet her a couple of months ago at the Friday Fest, and I think it actually was Music on Main. This is Lakewood Ranch. She brought her nice little dog there. I appreciate those photos. This one from Nokomis, Donna getting some morning shots too. This is looking now inland, and you can see we had a few inland storms developing by midday, pushing off toward the east. The Casey Key webcam, beautiful beach day today. Lots of sunshine out there for the most part, and calm seas. A lot of boaters taking advantage of the calm seas. Seas running less than 2 feet, mostly smooth out there. And it looks like things are going to stay pretty nice, too. Trough of low pressure means west winds for us. When it gets down into the Gulf of Mexico, we start to see that flow, onshore flow, even in the morning hours. And what's left of Julia being absorbed, still spinning there, but the Hurricane Center not concerned because of that trough of low pressure so nearby. Boy, some tremendous storms inland this afternoon. And you can see that activity, the east and west are meeting right there, right near Orlando and Disney World. There are going to be some big storms there even over the next couple of hours. For us, we had a few brief showers, brought some spotty rain, and you can see the heaviest rain by far near Lakewood Ranch. Nearly an inch of rain there with some slow-moving storms and some lightning and thunder, too, occurring with some of those cells. At this hour, 89, dew point at 73, feels like about 9 degrees out there, the humidity at 59%. The high today was 91, 4 degrees shy of the record 95, and 89 is our normal high. So normally we still get warm during this time of year. For the rainfall, we're below average for the month, just over an inch. And looks like for the year, though, we're doing pretty close to average, just a 7/100ths of an inch of rain, a difference there for the year. 85 in Jacksonville. 76 now in Orlando, 87 in Miami, 87 degrees in Key West. And around town, temperatures have cooled into Highlands County. In fact, it's raining pretty good there in Lake Placid, 78, 90 though in Cortez. The Gulf temperature 88 degrees, so with a west wind, we're not going to cool down all that much near the coast. And as far as that disturbance goes in the Gulf of Mexico, it too is being kind of influenced now by this line of low pressure, so we're not too concerned about that. And we're not really concerned about Carl. Carl is going to go toward Bermuda. Right there is Bermuda. And it looks like our next system, Tropical Depression 13, will become Lisa before long. Now, as far as the forecast path and track, there it goes off toward the northwest for Carl, and then making that turn off to the right. And all the models are in agreement with this, that that's where it's going to go. It's not going to stay on that westerly course or northwesterly course and have an impact on the U.S. It will create some waves and generate some waves downwind, but for the most part, it will head off to the open waters of the Atlantic. Well, Tropical Depression number 13, and we're going to be lucky with this one too, it appears, as it heads off toward the northwest. It will be developing into a tropical storm, and then eventually a tropical low at that point on day 5. So it will run into some shear and some dry air and be more than likely just an Atlantic storm out there. We've had a few, not a lot though. We're actually below average for this year so far. And that's a good sign. In fact, we're only at about 75% of what our average would be for this time of year. And we're approaching a secondary peak in October. And by the way, about half the storms that develop in October have an impact on Florida. That's pretty impressive. Half the storms that develop in the month of October do have an impact on Florida. So we'll wait and see how that plays out. Right now, the forecast is calling for not much going on here, maybe a few morning showers near the coast and then pushing inland in the afternoon, similar to what we saw today. And the same goes true, it looks like, for Wednesday as well. As far as temperatures go across the U.S., well, it's hot over the deep south, cooler over the northeast. Fall is starting to move in the northeast. We're at Boston now at 73 degrees. Tides upcoming, that's the boating forecast. Smooth conditions out there, as I mentioned. The water temperature at 88 degrees. Here are the tides. The low tide will be at 9:36 and a high tide at 2:44. Another low tide just at 10:33. Isolated showers are possible, redeveloping along the land breeze after sunrise, or sunset, I should say, and then partly cloudy skies tomorrow. Morning showers are possible and a high near 90 degrees and mainly inland storms late in the day. The extended forecast does call for better chances for more of those afternoon and evening storms. And yes, fall arrives on Wednesday, but summer keeps going right long after that.